Hey ladies, I am coming to you for Wednesday Wisdom. I know it's a little late. I've been super duper busy, but I was inspired to talk to you guys today after having a conversation with one of my car mates. We went to a meeting yesterday, Dana's meeting, and we were talking about recruiting. And one of the things she was talking about is she's ready to get her life together with her business. She's ready to do a little bit more. She's been in the business for quite some time and she's tired of making it a hobby just to earn a little extra cash. And she remembered one of the things that I talk about a lot, which is having a good mindset. And she wondered what I meant by that. So it inspired me after talking with her and explaining it to explain to you what I mean about having a good mindset. So those who don't know me, and for my downline who doesn't know me, I've been in this business. It will be about 7 years. And I started off just honestly because I didn't want to get out the bed in the morning and go to work. Even though I still worked a full-time job, I wanted to eventually, I always knew I always wanted a job where I could work from home because I truly hated going outside if I didn't have to, if the weather was yucky, being able to stay home. That's what I truly wanted to do. Also, I love sex. That's pretty much why I signed up. And so I made this job extremely part-time. I was very, very part-time. I was in college full-time. I was working a full-time job. I have an aerospace engineering background, and hated every minute of it. So went back to school for psychology, which was found out while getting my aerospace engineer was my first love, and decided to make something of it. I also had recently just gotten married and we had 2 kids. So flash forward a few months into the business, found out I was expecting our 3rd child. And I got extremely sick, had very, very bad morning sickness. So I did not do much with the business. And my sponsor at the time was 2 hours away from me, and she wasn't very hands-on. So I learned a lot of I got a lot of good tips from her, but I didn't really understand the whole sponsoring thing. I didn't understand anything else except I needed to book parties. That's what she drove into my head, is you need to book parties. So it really wasn't doing well for me since I was pregnant. I wasn't feeling well. My mindset was not set on booking parties. Something hit me in, I see, January 2009. I signed up in July 2008. So January 2009, I ended the year with $1,200 in retail and only did about maybe 3 parties that year. So in January, the company I was with before offered us a huge inventory program to boost our sales. And something in my head said, if you do this, you're going to make money. And so I talked with my husband and said, babe, if you spot me the money to invest in this, I know I'll make money. And so he was supportive. He gave me the money for me to invest in this inventory program. Not as huge as what PR did, but good enough for me where it gave me some stock. And I set up a plan. I put a plan in motion and I started getting parties. It just happened out the blue. I said, this is what I wanted, and it started happening. I was about 6 months pregnant when I decided to start looking at other people's parties. I knew who the top leaders were in my area, and I stalked them. And I went to every single party that they did. I didn't have parties, so if I didn't have parties, I was going to see their party. I couldn't help them, obviously, because I was pregnant, but I copied every single thing that they did and had my first $1,000 party in April, and it went nonstop from there. Fast forward another year later, or a year and a half later, I found out I was pregnant again. And at that time, I was still working my full-time business. I then had just about finished school. I was probably about one semester away from finishing my psychology degree, and I was paying a daycare bill. When I found out I was pregnant with my fourth, I said pretty much to my husband, you know, if we have another one and I'm working full time, daycare is going to go up from $1,200 a month to $1,500 a month. I'm pretty much working my job to pay for daycare. What do you think about me doing this full time? And he said to me, because I was probably about 3 years in, he thought I would have done it a long time ago. He was just waiting on me to find my inner mindset. And I asked him, what does he mean by that? And so, long story short, we started reading. I've always read The Secret. I've always believed in it, but it never really appealed to me. You know, I couldn't fake it until I made it. That just wasn't me. And so I started reading a book called The Magic. And with The Magic, and it's by the same person who created The Secret. I think her name's Rhonda Byrne. And so what this did for me was to teach me not just about believing and imagining that things are happening for me now, but being grateful for it. So what I then learned was in the business of sales or in life period, that there's an 80-20 rule. Okay, 20% of everything you're going to do in sales is going to be mechanics. 80% is all about psychology. And that psychology is how you handle things when stuff happens to you. So the mechanical part is booking your parties, going to your trainings, looking at videos, making your client care calls, things that you can learn from other people or by reading a book. That's all your mechanics. The mindset, the psychology part, that's a little bit more challenging because it truly means you have to have a positive mind. And it can be difficult when life is throwing you some craziness your way. So what I had to do was realize I had to be grateful for everything. And most people are like, oh, I am grateful. But are you really grateful? Are you grateful for the air that you breathe? Are you grateful that your eyes actually opened this morning? Are you grateful that your bladder is working so you could go to the bathroom regularly? Are you grateful that your stomach, its core muscles are intact so that you can take a step? That's what I mean by being grateful for everything, because those little things helps to make the big things happen, so that when a party cancels, you're not super down in the dumps. You may be disappointed. You may be like, oh, that sucks. However, you know something else is coming its way. Or if 10 of your parties cancel, how are you going to handle that? That's where the mindset comes in. Okay, that's where your psychology comes in. So for me, I went from having my company acquired to another company a year and a half ago to now having a team of 40 plus women, promoted twice, getting ready to work on my next promotion, and bringing home 4-figure checks that I never thought would ever be possible, all because I changed my mindset. And I'm anybody that knows me knows I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky, positive person, but this really did it for me. So here's my challenge to you guys. And I understand life happens. I understand people are down in the dumps. I understand that, you know, things aren't going the way you want them to. But the good thing about it is you can change it. You can control what happens to you. You can control how your business works for you. Okay, so for those that are saying, I'm putting myself out there, I'm doing what everybody else is doing, I'm putting it out on Facebook, book a party, I'm making my calls and I'm still not getting any bites, you need to change your mindset. And here's what you're going to do. Every single day, and try it for a week and see how it works for you. Every day, I want you to write down things you are grateful for, okay? And why you're grateful for them. So an example would be, I am grateful for my Pure Romance business because it allows me to be home with my 4 children and I can snuggle up in bed just a little bit longer, okay? That is just an example. You can write anything. You can write things that you want to happen that haven't happened yet. You can write down things that has already happened. Anything you want, write down what you're grateful for. Once you wrote down those 10 things, you're then going to go back and you're going to read them out loud. You can say them in your head if you want to, but it's best if you read them out loud. Because when you go back and read them out loud, the feeling that you get from it is, oh my God, I can't describe it. You may find yourself crying. You may find yourself in awe. You may find yourself feeling a clarity you've never felt before. But you're going to feel something. And once you're done saying that gratitude, you're always going to end it with saying thank you 3 times. Okay? And mean it. Each thank you needs to be more powerful than the next. Once you're done reading those 10, put it away. You're done until the next day. You will start to find that positive things will then start happening for you. Things you never imagined. Okay? You could be grateful for having all the money that has come to you in your lifetime. You can be grateful for the health of your children. You can be grateful for the safety of others. And being grateful for others, that's a huge thing too. That helps immensely. So try that and watch your business grow. So hope this Wednesday wisdom was good for you. I'm looking forward to hearing any comments you guys have for doing your gratitudes. And you guys have a great day.